Prepper Basics, cybersecurity and Verizon's data leak. This is Throttle Up Prepper. Prepper Basics, cybersecurity and Verizon's little data leak. This is Throttle Up Prepper. I'm your host, Jeff. Going to get right to it today, per request, making some changes. Listen, it just came out on the news today, and I'll put a link or two down in the description to the news story I'm talking about. But WSOC Television, I think it's Channel 9 News here in the Carolinas, as well as 970 WFLA reported on this morning. I know other sources are reporting it too. But as the story goes, Verizon back on June the 13th had some clown that reconfigured something, and apparently data storage in an Amazon cloud, another story in and of itself, apparently they marked the link as public instead of private, putting at risk identity information like names, addresses, telephone numbers, and PIN numbers, among other information, of 6 million Verizon customers at risk. They claim that everything was resolved and fixed. The breach or potential breach was averted 9 days later on June 22nd, just a couple weeks ago, is when all of this went down. And of course, they're just telling us now. So, you know, if you were one of those 6 million, your info has been floating around. Now, how is this a prepper issue? Why should we care? You know, I'm not even a Verizon customer. So what? As preppers, we spend a whole lot of time preparing for what? To protect ourselves, to protect our families, physically, with all sorts of EDC items and rifles and shotguns and handguns. Oh my! And we spend all kinds of time on the basics, making sure we have provision for what we need in the form of water storage and purification and food and acquisition of food and medical supply. The list goes on and on and on. The things that we spend our time focused on. All of the, you know, the hot new gadgets. You know, it's competing with the Joneses thing out there. Some of these channels is pretty incredible. Anyway, so why the cybersecurity, Jeff? Or as Donald Trump calls it, the cyber. Why does the cyber matter? Well, if we're going to spend so much effort protecting that which we have bled, sweat, tears, poured into these things, it seems to me we should also be concerned about our good name, our financial status, our the security of our and safety of our information, who we are. We don't want that information getting out, and we don't want our credit to be ruined. Because what if SHTF happens, tomorrow? Then I guess none of this matters. It's a moot point. It'll be game on, and then it comes down to all of the other preps that we mentioned that we focus on. But what if it's, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the road before it actually happens? What if by some miracle it's postponed that long or longer? You still got to live, brothers and sisters. You still got to, make mortgage payments. You may want to purchase that bug out land you've been working so hard to acquire. You may need a new car. Just as a everyday occurrence. Might have a kid getting ready for college in the next 3 to 5 years. You need your credit. You got to protect that just as much as you protect anything. Now, if you can hear Pac-Man upstairs, sorry. We'll let that go. So the whole point is this is important. This is an issue we need to pay attention to. So how do we as preppers prepare for this? We have no control. We don't work for Verizon. We're not part of UpGuard Cybersecurity, the company that fixed the problem. We don't have the know-how to encrypt everything and do whatever. Some of us do. I know Jordy Prepper does. Maybe I should put a link to his channel. I know he's here on YouTube, and he also has a VidMe channel. I don't know if you've heard of that, but another place to find him. I'll try to put that link in the description. He's very into these type of things and very knowledgeable, unlike me. I can't tell you how to secure your stuff, but I can tell you this. You got to pay attention, and you got to be prepared. There's all sorts of credit monitoring things that are out there that are free that you can, for free or very little money, you could be enrolled in, so that if something happens, something goes down, you get alerted, and as quickly as possible, you can freeze your accounts, you can change pins, you can do what's necessary to correct the problems. And then there's companies out there like LifeLock. No, I'm not a paid sponsor. I'm not going to give you a link. I'm not going to give you a discount code that I get kickbacks on. Go look them up yourself. It's just lifelock.com. It's simple as that. I'm a paying customer. I get nothing from them other than amazing provision for these type of things. Number one, and they even say nobody can stop all cyber challenges. No one company can stop every ID theft attempt. But what they do is they do stop a lot of it. They do monitor to see if your information is being used incorrectly. I get alerts every now and again on my phone. Hey, did you just open up this account? No. Bingo. They shut it down. And then you don't get harmed. They have guarantees. So if up to, depending on the level of membership you have, anywhere from $25,000 to $1 million or more in guarantees if your accounts get hacked and money gets stolen. Or if your credit gets ruined, they'll spend up to $1 million to restore your good name. I don't know how to do all that. They do. And they've got, plans that start, I believe, as low as $10 a month if you're just doing the monthly thing. Listen, I'm not saying you got to go get them. This isn't a commercial for them. I like them. I use them. And again, I'm not making anything off of them. You get your own link. No affiliate here. But LifeLock, if you get a lot of business, we better talk in the future. But anyway, listen, the point is, this stuff happens all the time. Yeah, it's Verizon this time. Does that mean you should flee Verizon and change? I'm not changing my accounts. I'm sticking with who I got. And if my company gets hacked next, that's so be it. But you hear about this junk all the time. Target gets targeted. Go figure, right? Hospitals. Just, banks. This stuff happens. Those pesky Russians, man. And I think Ukrainians, too. Maybe the Canadians are into hacking now. Who knows? I haven't picked on the Canadians in a long time, so there you go. Listen, I don't know. I'm just saying, it's out there. It's a threat. I don't know too many prepper channels talking about it, but it's valid. Is it as sexy as the new AK-47 or AR-15 or tactical shotgun that you just bought and are talking about? No. No. Is it as awesome as this amazing tricked out van with the big monster tire, your bug out vehicle that you converted from some 1977 Volkswagen bus? No, not as cool as that. But you know what? If paying attention to this sort of stuff and taking actions to protect yourself keeps you from the misery, the heartache, and the expense between here and SHTF of having to deal with that, then you know what? It's worth a few minutes of your time. Now, listen, we changed up the format just a little bit here today. Got right into it. Had some constructive criticism. And a couple of trolls beating me up over all of what's about to follow being at the front. So, you know what? I listen to the people, and we're trying it out. So, listen, thank you to all of you who are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, now would be an excellent time to hit the subscribe button and mash the notification bell so you get notified every time we put up a video every Monday and Thursday. We want you to be informed. From the summer, we're doing extra videos randomly, so you never know. So that's why you want the notifications. So you get the ones that you didn't know were coming. And listen, we also have a website, of course, throttleupprepper.com, and a Facebook page, just facebook.com/groups/throttleupprepper. We're easy to find. And it is time for all of us to get prepared for whatever comes our way. Until next time, God bless.